Welcome to this video lecture series on ITIL Foundation. This is Topic 2, the 4 dimensions of service management, Video 1, organizations and people. Welcome, friends. It's good to see you. We're into Topic 2 now, the 4 dimensions of service management. The 4 dimensions of service management work together to try to ensure a holistic approach to delivering value, that all the pieces are coming together and functioning efficiently. The current focus is on organization and people, the first dimension. This dimension addresses roles and responsibilities, organizational culture, skills and competencies, and staffing and collaboration. The key idea here is we succeed because of the people, not just the technology. Technology works as a force multiplier. Why does this matter? Even with perfect tools and processes, services will fail if roles are unclear, teams do not collaborate, skills and capabilities are missing, culture resists change to the point that change just can't happen. Areas of impact will include service quality will lower, customer satisfaction will be missing, incident response effectiveness will be weak, and continuous improvement will be nearly impossible. The ITIL principle at play here is value is co-created by people across the organization. We've already talked a little bit in the past about how value co-creation happens between a provider and a consumer, but it also exists within the same company, between our company and our value chain, our suppliers, our distributors, etc. Value is co-created everywhere, if it's created at all. Now, roles and responsibility are very important. We need clear roles to reduce confusion and delays. For example, the service owner is accountable for service outcomes. Remember, when you're accountable to something, you cannot delegate that to someone else. Responsibility, yes, but accountability remains with you. The service owner is the most important person because that person is accountable to see that the benefits and the outcomes are achieved by the end consumer. Incident manager restores the service quickly when it is disrupted. Support teams do exactly that. They support all the above to resolve technical issues. Later on, we'll talk about their role in more detail. It's a best practice to define accountability clearly and to avoid role overlap, which causes confusion and wastes time. We recommend that you use a matrix for this, an accountability or a role matrix, which RACI is a simple and effective one. In a RACI chart, it's a simple table. On the left-hand side, you have actions. In our example, it appears to be managing and maintaining a website. So you have write copy, design wireframe, build the home page as examples. And across the top, you have the roles, designer, front-end engineer, etc. And in the middle between those, these colorful circles represent in RACI, it's the 4 responsibilities, which is who's responsible, R, who's accountable, A, who's consulted, C, and who is informed, I. There are more complex ones, Cyrano, Paris, and you can adjust this to match your needs, but we highly recommend that you maintain one, whatever the exact format is. The result of this is faster decisions and clearer ownership. Now, of course, we're really interested in skills, competencies, and staffing as well. In the past, companies were very interested in trying to manage and control resources, lumber, metal, cement, etc. But somewhere in the 60s and especially the 70s and the 80s, that focus shifted towards the people and their skills and their competencies. Organizations must align people and their capabilities with our service needs. Think about this. Technical skills, cloud, networking, security, systems, operating systems, applications. Service management knowledge. Service management is what ITIL is all about, and in some ways, you're improving your service management skills now At least I hope. Good communication skills and business understanding. It's a recurring theme here that we're trying to align the way we think in technical operations to the way that the business thinks. We want to have the right number of people with the right skills, and we want to maintain that and improve that with ongoing training, awareness, and upskilling. Again, that's probably exactly what you're doing now. The goal is sustainable service performance, high performance over the long term. Another thing that comes into play with people especially is our organizational culture. The organizational culture influences how work actually happens or fails to happen. Think about the difference in culture between a bank, which is very conservative, and a place like SpaceX, which takes a lot of risks. Think of the difference in culture between a large corporation and a small corporation. Think of the difference between East and West, and it goes on and on. In fact, the culture is made up by the current mix of people in your organization, so your culture is ever changing. A healthy service culture includes a collaboration over silos. Silos are those things that you see in American movies sometimes where they have these big metal buildings, tubes. They almost look like spaceships. And they're filled with corn or they're filled with wheat. And the idea is because they're not connected together, if rats or some kind of disease gets in one of them, the other one is still safe. Therefore, silos can be useful, but not when it comes to knowledge. Knowledge only means anything when it's being shared amongst people. Now, of course, we have to be careful and aware of privacy and security as well. Learning from our failures. Those who fail to learn from their failures are relegated to repeat them for the rest of their lives. And we don't want that in business. And it's a cultural thing. We have to not hide our failures. We have to not run away from our failures. We need to embrace the existence of our failures and learn from them. Customer-focused mindset. I hope if you don't already have it, through this series you're learning to adapt it. Everyone in the organization needs to have the mindset of what we're doing should encourage those benefits to reach the end user so that that user's concept of value and that user's desired outcomes can happen. Psychological safety to report issues. This is a big problem all over the world. If you see a problem, you go, oh my goodness, look, oh, that's not right. I better not say anything. I don't want to cause trouble. I don't want to get into trouble. We can take this concept of saving face too far. Face is meant to mean valor. It's not meant to mean vainness. We have to develop a culture in our organization. When people see a problem, the sooner the better, they make it clear to everybody so we can address it quickly. Poor culture will lead to blame, finger pointing. He did it, she did it, they did it. That's a waste of time. Hidden problems. Again, that's... No. But that's the problem. I better not say anything. This is the problem. It'll slow down our improvement to a halt. Culture often outweighs the process's maturity. You get a really good process. You get good tools, but they fail to deliver their potential because the human cultural issues. Remember, technology and processes are force multipliers. What force are we talking about? Human force. Key concepts in this dimension: clear roles and accountability, positive collaborative culture, skilled and properly staffed teams. Remember, technology enables services, but people deliver value. Here's a discussion question. Which causes more incidents to happen, technology failure or human organizational issues? You could probably guess. Human organizational issues are much more often to cause problems. Sometimes technology failures can be traced back to human organizational issues as well. Now, for taking an exam, here's a couple tips. Here's a question, a tricky question. A service is experiencing repeated incidents after a systems update. What is the best action to reduce incidents? The answer here is C. A, upgrade the monitoring pool, perhaps could be useful. Increase the server capacity, could be useful. Purchasing additional automation software could be useful. We don't have the details enough to know. But C, improve change communication and role accountability will always help in every situation. ITIL emphasizes that many incidents come from organizational and communication failures, not solely from technical problems. Students often choose technology upgrades, and maybe that's because that's what we do. We're technical people. But ITIL focuses on people and processes first. It's why it's the first dimension. Thank you for joining us for this video lecture series, and we hope to see you back very soon.